Greetings, it's Doc Griffin, your swing surgeon, director of club fitting, and it's time again for the doctor's house call. Hope everybody's been doing well. It's been a while since we've done a doctor's house call, but we had a request come in on the blog to cover a particular subject from one of our uh, good bloggers, and I thought I'd oblige and cover it for him. And he thought it would be something good that would have information that would be appropriate and applicable to others out there. Before I get into that, I want to give you a real quick update on Vaughn. We have had, I shouldn't say we, she's had her second CT scan, and the tumor that started out back in August when I mentioned it, I never did really get into just how the gravity of the situation, but the tumor actually took up the whole upper lobe of her lung and a good bit of the lower lobe as well. So her left lung was pretty much one huge mass of cancer. And the first CT scan had shrunk down a good bit, and it is continuing to shrink, so that's really good news. And the doctor, bless his heart, knows what my profession is. He came in and said, well, it's down to about the size, a little smaller than a golf ball, and it is continuing to shrink and go away. And he thinks that what's there is basically scar tissue and dead mass, so that's really, really good. We appreciate, again, all your prayers, and the battle's not over yet. Keep praying. I'm not praying for a remission of cancer. I'm praying for an eradication, just total removal of it. So that's where we're at in that. Now, the question, the subject that came up was exactly how to know where you should look at configuring yourself as far as makeup, irons, hybrids, or whatever. And was asking what I use as a guideline to determine that. And basically what I look at when I'm testing is I'll use a 38-inch club, which is a standard 5-iron men's length 5-iron, and based on your club head speed with that 5-iron, then I make certain determinations. If your club head speed is 85 plus, man, you can hit just about anything. You could probably still swing a 2 or a 1-iron. If it's getting down mid 80s to the lower 80s, then you probably can still handle a 4-iron, 5-iron for sure, 6-iron and on up. But once you start getting below the 80s, then it starts getting a little tricky. Down at the 78 range, you can probably still handle a 5-iron okay. It's starting to get iffy. But when you get down in the lower 70s, for example, 72, 73, the ability to hit a 5-iron well. Now, notice the word there, well, the adverb of how to hit it, well. Not that you're incapable from a talent-wise of swinging and hitting the ball with a 5-iron. We're talking about getting optimum performance out of the club, meaning it gets up and it flies like it should. Now again, what I'm getting ready to say is a generality and not a specific rule, because every time I do this I get 4 or 5 comments, well, I can do this and so and so. I understand there's going to be exceptions to every rule out there, and this isn't even a rule, it's a generality. But if your club head speed is getting down to the 72, 73 mile an hour range with a 38-inch club, probably not good to have a 5-iron in your bag anymore. And it's starting to get questionable with the 6. Now, the person asked, how do you know? Well, first of all, you got to find out what your club head speed is. So you got to have a launch monitor. Now, we've had some comments about being able to fit without a launch monitor. I don't really know how you can do that, because then it becomes guesswork. So if you need to know or want to know what your club head speed, you're going to have to go someplace that has a launch monitor and get your club head speed checked. There is also another way to tell whether or not you should have certain clubs in your bag. Take them, go to the range, hit 10 balls with your 5-iron, hit 10 balls with your 6-iron. Is there a difference? And by difference I mean like 8 to 10 yards consistently. If not, take the 5-iron out of the bag. All right, do I carry a 6-iron? Well, Take your 7-iron with you. Hit the 6-iron and the 7-iron. 10 shots with each. Is there at least 8 to 10 yards differential between your 6-iron and your 7-iron? If not, you probably shouldn't be carrying the 6-iron. Now, I'll use my own self as an example here. I can still hit 3-irons. I can hit them like a rocket, but I can still hit them. You can get down to my club head speed with a 5-iron, it's like 72 miles an hour. I'm in that nebulous zone. Could I still hit a 6? Could I still hit a 5? Sure I can. Can I still get it up? It looks like it, but when you look at the numbers, they're not good. But if you looked at it for the naked eye, you'd say, man, you hit that pretty good. Baloney. I can take a 7-iron and hit it as far as the 5-iron. Now that brings up another situation. How far do I hit a 5-iron? About the same distance as I hit a 7-iron. So of course I don't carry a 5 and a 6. Now it gets down to hitting that 7-iron. I'm embarrassed that I'm as short as I am with a 7-iron. However, it is what it is. Now I can choose to live with it, or I can do something about it. So I chose to do something about it. I replaced with a hybrid. I put more hybrids in my bag. Why? Because I can hit them 30 yards further than the corresponding iron. And the boys I play against with, they hit the ball a lot. They're a lot younger, first of all, and they're a lot longer than I am with irons. With woods, I can keep up with them. But when it comes to hitting shots with irons or hybrids, I am just so much longer with a hybrid. It gets up, it flies, it comes in, it sits down nice and soft. So here we go back to the question, how do you know? Find out what your club head speed is. If it's low, then just take clubs out of the bag. Or better yet, take your clubs down to the range and start hitting each club. And see where you start getting 10 yards, 8 to 10 yards differential. If it's not more than that, there's no point in having the longer club in the bag. Now, to put it succinctly, I have had people come in here that have club head speeds. I had one today with a 5-iron. His club head speed with a 5-iron is 58 miles an hour. His club head speed with a driver was 58 miles an hour. And one of his complaints is, it doesn't matter what club he hits, they all go the same distance. That's to be expected. He swings them all about the same speed. So here comes a challenge. I've got to get shafts that have really low kick points and hit the ball high so it gets out there and it'll fly. I also have to get him in the right ball, which means a super soft cover and core golf ball, so it will compress and rebound off the face. And then the real knock of it is you don't build him a set that has, let's start with it like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch. No point in it. He hits them all the same. So we're going to experiment and put some gapping in there with softer shaft, lower kick, hybrids. So we're going to start with a 4, skip the 5, go to a 6. Then we're going to do 7. We're going to do 8, 9, and pitching wedge. I have built sets where we start with 4, go to 6, go to 8, go to 9, and pitching wedge. Do it like that. So there's all kind of things that you can do to gap your set to fit your dynamics and make a set that will work for you. How do you do it? The best way for sure is to find a qualified fitter and go to them and spend the time that it takes to get the information and let them help you make a good, wise decision. Well, that's it for me. As always, if you have any questions regarding club fitting or whatever, put it on the blog, or you can send it to me direct at thegolfstop@att.net. Be glad to answer your questions privately or on the forum. And as always, we appreciate your support. Remember, keep it vertical, and good golf is just a fit away.